So glad you're spending time with us today. Your support is always appreciated here at CSL. Remember, there's several ways to give. As you watch today's service, you can click on the donate button right here on Facebook or donate at our homepage, cslftl.org. There's also a regular giving program called TPL, where you can set up a monthly contribution. You'll find details on our website, cslftl.org. Here's a great way to stay in touch with CSL Center for Spiritual Living. It's our brand new app available in the App Store under Center for Spiritual Living, FL, and that's Florida. Make sure you say hello to everyone today in the comments section and let us know your thoughts. We're so glad you're here. Enjoy the celebration.
Good morning, CSL family. Good morning. We're gonna start with it's a new month, so we're gonna do a new opening song. I know you guys know it. This is Use Me, so let's stand up and make a joyful noise. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, what must they do? Command my life, it's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. The next line is God needs us to shine his light, and God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light, and God needs us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I
Good morning, CSL. Happy 4th of July weekend, everyone. Right? Something to celebrate. My name is Greg Kozlowski, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all to the Sunday morning celebration service. Whether you're here in person or you're watching us online, we're really glad you're joining us. And, you know, life is full of options, and we have them. Now you can watch us on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cslftl.org. It's a great way to see us everywhere you go. So make sure you do that. If you're here in person and it is your first time, welcome. We're really glad you're here, and we have a special gift for you, these awesome mala beads. They can be used in your prayer or meditation practice and worn. They're really, really cool, and it's our way of saying thank you for being here with us today. So if this is your first time, we would love it if you'd raise your hand or stand. Our awesome ushers will find you. They'll give you your mala beads, and they'll also give you a little card to fill out. And if you can put that in the offering basket at the end of the service, we'd really appreciate that. So if you'd raise your hand or stand, we'll give you a nice warm CSL welcome. If it's your first time and you're watching online, please note that in the comments section on Facebook, and we will be reaching out to you. And remember, you can always go to cslftl.org, where you can find out more information about the community. And while you're there, be sure to sign up for the monthly newsletter. It's a great way to keep in touch with what's happening here at the center. If you're watching us on Facebook, make sure you like us and share us with all of your Facebook friends. And also follow us on Instagram. Here at the Center for Spiritual Living, we have an intention statement, and it states who we are and how we want to show up in the world. So if everyone will please stand, say the intention statement with me, and then turn and greet your neighbor with a hello or a namaste. And please keep in mind that people are still practicing safe social distancing. So who are we, CSL? We are a loving and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
Hey there, I'm Reverend Skip Jennings, your senior minister here at the Center for Spiritual Living. I am so grateful that you've decided to join us online for our Sunday celebration. Very excited about this month's book of the month. It is How to Use the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes. If you don't have it, get it. Put it into your spiritual library. Stay tuned to the end of the service and find out how you can participate with us in person or online. We have a lot of wonderful things that we're going to be doing and jumping off this month. Listen, I want you to be here. I want you to come in person, but know that you're not alone, and we're right there with you, right where you are. We bless you. We thank God for you, and we send you so much love. Enjoy the rest of the service. Be well and be blessed.
Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's error, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender, let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. So without, all I need is here and now. Where there's error, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender. Let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me now and evermore.
I think I get, oh, there's my mic, thank you. Happens to be one of my favorite songs, and it's just a reminder that, when things get a little challenging in your life, if you can only remember that loving Spirit dwells within you, things are going to be okay. I'm Reverend Skip Jennings, and it's my honor to welcome you into this space. If you're new, you have found a place where love resides here. Love is our religion. Love is faith, and I welcome you from my heart to yours. Happy Independence Day. Yeah. And this month, we're going to be talking about a different type of independence, although it's all in God, divine independence. What if we could live a life that was free from fear or fearless, or from doubt or worry, from things that no longer serve our intention? That's the divine freedom we're going to be talking about this month, and I'm so grateful that you are here. So here at CSL, we have 7 core values, and they are love, healing, oneness, abundance, spiritual growth, sacred service, diversity, and inclusivity. And today, we are going to focus in on abundance. We have a great book of the month. It's called How to Use the Science of Mind. If you don't have this book, this is a must-have in your spiritual library. I'm going to read a quote from Ernest Holmes, and he says this: "We have enough conviction to turn from negative conditions and mentally contemplate their opposites. We can turn from poverty and want to accept abundance. We can turn from sickness into belief in health. We can turn from unhappiness to happiness. Can we shut out any discord long enough to contemplate harmony?" So I love that idea about abundance, because abundance really comes from our own consciousness. I want to read a couple of things about abundance here. If you think about the word abundance, it has many different synonyms. There are actually 91 different words to talk about abundance. Here are a few of them: plenty, plethora, profusion, opulence, much more, much more, much more. When I contemplate these words, I think about the sea, I think about the sand, I think about the sky, I think about the breath we breathe. See, it's not about the money that we have in our bank account, although it's a representation of abundance and prosperity. But we must be able to look at different things around our life and see how much abundance there is. Abundance of love. When I walk into this building and everyone's hugging me, I'm going, I am love. Abundance of love. Abundance of joy when we celebrate each other, an abundance of life. Today, I want you to contemplate what is abundant in your life. Can you see the blessings that you are? Can you see your life that's unfolding in this beautiful divine order? Today, our core value is abundance. Thank you. All right. CSL is a part of a global organization with over 500 centers worldwide. We are a spiritual community that honors all religions and all faiths. We know there's no wrong way to worship. Whether you're lighting a candle, repeating a mantra, or offering a prayer. We respect and honor any way that draws you closer to Spirit. So we celebrate diversity in religious practice with our ceremony this morning of the Flames of Faith. The candle is lit for the Tao, to honor the universal path of harmony, the natural way. The candle is lit for shamanic traditions, honoring the belief and practices of all indigenous people. The candle is lit for Hinduism, to honor the spiritual path of devotion and the variety of religious icons and deities. The candle is lit for Judaism, to honor the path of sacred law. The candle is lit for Buddhism, to honor the Four Noble Truths and the ways of compassion. Lit for Christianity, to honor the Christ consciousness that lives in all of us. The candle is lit for Islam, to honor the path of peaceful submission to the will of God. The candle is lit for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, in honor of the path of unity. The candle is lit for our own faith, New Thought, to honor the metaphysical path and the practice of universal spiritual principles. And then we finally honor the 10th candle. It's lit for peace and for the peaceful acceptance of all faith and spiritual practices worldwide. And so it is.
Be strong, be brave, be beautiful. One of these days you'll have it all if you believe you can.
Love is unstoppable. Love is unstoppable. Woo! Love that song as well. Today is kind of not an easy day for me because I got other things I'm going to do later on, but it's always a pleasure when you don't have to write a talk, and that Saturday is not consumed with what I'm going to say, and is it going to land, and what's going to happen. We have a brilliant teacher here, and she's a part of our educational staff here, and I'm so grateful that I get to introduce my friend, my sister. We have cried many cries together. We have gone through the ups and downs. We have gone on this journey, but I want to read a little bit about Tina Miggs' bio. Reverend Tina Miggs is a minister, a teacher, yes she is, a counselor, a writer, a fitness coach, and a healer. She graduated from the University of Tampa with a BA in psychology in 1999. She discovered Agape International Spiritual Center in Los Angeles in 2006. And within a few months, she started volunteering and taking classes. She's facilitated over 25 classes and sat on many licensing boards for practitioners. During her studies as a minister, she became a Reiki healer and an integrated energy therapist. She's a graduate of the Michael Bernard Beckwith School of Ministry. In fact, we graduated the same day, and we had the same panels, and it was a beautiful experience to be there. What I do know about Reverend Tina Miggs, her heart is the heart of a servant. She loves teaching. She loves loving. And she shows up with a yes all the time. When I arrived here, we connected right away, and I said, you know what? I want you to come and work with us. He went, yes. And if you've taken a class, in fact, her class had more people in her class than my class. She blew her meditation class out the water, home run. I'm so happy to have her and her husband, JC, to be a part of our community. Do me a favor, CSL, put your hand for our Reverend Tina Miggs.
Wow, that was an amazing introduction. Thank you, Rev Skip. Let me organize myself, if I may. Let me look at the clock. I don't really know what time it is right now. Will you keep time for me? So good morning. Good morning, good morning. I'm grateful to be here. I'm grateful that everyone has shown up on this holiday weekend, that you could have been anywhere in the world and you chose to come here, to be in spiritual community. And so I'm grateful for you, whether you're here in person or whether you're live streaming. We know that your yes is a powerful energy in this world. So thank you. So I find it very synchronistic that I'm speaking the day before 4th of July, right? Independence Day. And to me, why is it synchronistic? Because these teachings of New Thought has brought me freedom. Freedom that I didn't even know that I needed, that I wanted, that I desired. You know, I walked into Agape in 2006, like Rev Skip said, and I was blown away by the truth that emanated. You know, Jesus said that ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And so I didn't really understand the truth that was being presented, but it resonated on such a deep level in my own being that I was all in, you know? I didn't know how else to be in this world without these teachings. So I chose a path of studying them and living them and embodying them, and my desire to teach them, right? To offer this freedom to other people. So our name of the talk this day is Individualizing Universal Power. And Ernest Holmes has said that there's a power for good in the universe available for everyone, and we can use it. So what is that power, right? That power is that which has created everything. The creative impulse itself, that is the power that we can use, and it's available to us. For me, I had to break down these words, individualizing universal power. Our words are where our power is. So to me, it was imperative that I understood these words, right? Individualizing. To me, I see the word individual in it, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm an individual, right? Yeah. I was huge at wanting to be, distinctive in character, right? To be noticeably different. These were things that intrigued me. I wanted to be an individual. I wanted to stand out. And so when I was researching these words, which I realized is individual comes from the Latin word individuum. And that's an atom or an indivisible particle. Also from the Latin word individuus, which is indivisible, inseparable, and undivided one. When I first came to Agape, they said, you're a unique emanation of the Most High God. And I was like, okay. But unique emanation, right? But undivided from God. I had to get into that. I had to get into that feeling tone that I'm no longer standing in this world, right? I'm no longer walking in this world alone. This was my mentality prior to coming to these teachings, that I was doing it all on my own. I had to make things happen in my life, But we are unique, individual, and different manifestations of that which itself is one, undivided, indivisible, and whole. That we are whole. And that very freedom that we have in this life is the aspect that we have been created from perfection, and that we're just let off to discover that perfection about ourselves. So in that freedom of discovery is this discovery of coming back to who and what we are, coming back to our oneness with all of life. There's many mentalities, but only one mind. Innumerable individual points of consciousness in the universal consciousness, right? So we are a point of consciousness in which we live, move, and have our beingness in this world. And it's our point of consciousness that we create from this one mind. The one mind is the mind that creates, and that we are part of that one mind, and we can create in, through, and as our life. And the universal individualizes itself in, through, and as us. And the highest God and the innermost God is the one God, right? So then we get to figure out what's my relationship. What's my relationship with this thing called God? My own individual, unique, inseparable relationship to God. God is. I am. We are one with it. We are one with it. When I was a young child, I didn't have the words that I'm putting on it right now, but I had this feeling that I was destined for greatness. I knew that that something special was going to happen in my life. Again, I didn't have that language, and I looked up to musicians, singers, although I didn't have a voice, so that really wasn't my avenue. Thank you for not asking me to sing. You're welcome, too. Or an actor, right? These are the images that I saw of people who had some level of influence, right? Some level of art, that they created, and it moved me. And so as a young child, I'm dating myself, but Star Search, watching these shows and seeing people do these amazing feats. And I'm like, oh, there's something within me that is meant for greatness. But I'm not special, right? I was just more in awareness of my oneness with God. And I know that about each of you, that you are all meant for greatness. That we are born with individual and unique skills, talents, gifts that we're here to offer the world. We're here to give our gifts to the world. And it's individualized through us. If all of the information from the one mind poured down in, through, and as all of us at once, we can only take on what we're willing to understand. That's the only thing that's going to land in us, right? And the only thing we're going to be able to embody. And that's how we specialize this idea of the law and this idea of, what we are catching in our consciousness. We specialize it with our attention, with our willingness, with our wanting to know who and what we are. Why are we here? You know, so as I got older, this idea of this destined for greatness, you know, it wasn't so present in my awareness. I started going through my life and, you know, I started to go through school and my awareness changed, you know. I was wanting to fit in and simultaneously wanting to stand out, right? So this is weird sort of dynamic that I was in. And, you know, when I actually chose to go to college, I wanted to go as far away from my family as possible. Get away from my family, get away from my small town, get away from everything that defined me. You know what happened? I got smack dab in my face an awareness that I didn't know who I was. I didn't know who I was because the world that I had around me, the foundation around me, was reflecting back to me an image of who I was. It wasn't the truth of who I was, but I believed it. So now I'm by myself. I don't know anybody, and everything was taken away from me. The bottom dropped out. So I started to question my reality. Who am I? What am I? Why am I? You know, Rev Skip talked about, you know, I graduated with psychology. To me, that's the science of mind, right? That's my first introduction to the science of mind. I wanted to understand. You know, they say most people who go into psychology really want the help for themselves. That's true. You know, I didn't know how to deal with these emotions. I didn't know how to deal with what I was experiencing. I didn't know how to deal with finding my footing in this world. So that's individualizing, right? We have the opportunity to individualize, to be unique emanations of the Most High God. So universal, individualizing universal power. You know, universal, it is the thing itself. It is God itself. It is spirit. It has many, many names. One source, one life, great mental law. The intelligence of the universe, infinite, eternal, absolute, I am, first cause, first principle. Conscious mind, the alpha and the omega, the universal cause, the causeless. It is endless, this name that we have for this thing that we can call God. But we get to call it something. And so I invite you to figure out what you want to call it. And then have your own individual, intimate relationship with it. Invite it into you. Invite it into your life. Court the presence and watch. Watch what happens. So universal is the relating or characteristics of all or the whole, including or covering all or whole, limiting nothing, no limitation, no exception, everywhere present. You know, in New Thought, we have the omnis, right? So we have that which we call God as omnipresence, everywhere presence, no place where God is not. Omniactive, in, through, and as the activity of all life everywhere. Spirit, life force, energy, power. Omniscience, the only mind that there is. And omnipotence, the one and only power that there is. So spirit is the creative cause back of and within everything. God is not only pure spirit and intelligence, it's also perfect, immutable law. Law. As pure spirit, it governs the universe, the power of its word, with its power of its word. And so this is what kept me, right, in New Thought, you know? So I left college, traveled around a bit. I was introduced to The Secret in 2006, and so that kind of what led me to go to Agape. But what did The Secret introduce me to? Something called the law of attraction, right? Making a gratitude list, having vision boards, right? This way of working in this world where we can create change. We can create change. And to me, that's the juicy part. So that's what kind of hooked me into this desire to want to know and understand these teachings, to understand what this thing is that is the law. You know, into Agape. and it changed my life. You know, there's a thing that we do at a welcome, you know, and I would like, if you don't mind, to participate. So if you just turn to your neighbor, and if you're online, you can turn to whoever you're watching with, or you can close your eyes and just imagine yourself speaking this to yourself. But as with your eyes open, look at your neighbor and say, "Good morning. I recognize you. I see who you truly are. You are the spiritual image and the very likeness of God. You are a unique way in which love, intelligence, and divine beauty are happening on this planet. In which love, intelligence, and divine beauty are happening on this planet. I recognize you. I thank God for you. I celebrate your life." Welcome. So there's something about seeing the truth in another individual, something about being held in that awareness, held in the awareness that someone sees me. And when I walked into Agape, I felt like I was seen for the first time. And in somebody seeing me, I saw myself. I saw myself. Thank you. So individualizing universal power. Power. So we are one with this power. We're one with this universal power. It is everywhere. It is the energy of life itself. And so power, you know, just a normal definition I went through from the dictionary, right? The ability or capacity to act and to do, right? That's within us, right? It's not outside of us. It's what's been given to us. We have the ability and the capacity to act and do in this life. Something to be grateful about. We have the ability to produce an effect with our words, with our actions, with our beliefs, with our emotions, with our thoughts. We can create an effect. We have a specific capacity and a faculty or an aptitude. But there's something within us, right? There's a power within us that we can give impetus, an impulse, a stimulus. We can bring forth a movement in our life. So this is the energy by which everything lives, and it lives within us. And this power is the creative medium of spirit, the great mental law of the universe. This is the law through which all power operates and that we have access to and that we participate with. And then we have the ability to transmute as much of this infinite energy as possible. And we can have as much of it as we wish. But here's the caveat. As much as we believe we can have. That's where our power is. Our power is in our belief. So again, these teachings, why do I stay, right? I stay because they're a teaching of empowerment. You know, I went into Agape, I heard these words, I started to read Ernest Holmes, you know, the book we're reading right now, How to Use the Science of Mind. I'll tell you how I use the science of mind. I read it. Since 2008, over and over and over again. It's very well marked up, my cover is falling off. And for me, it's about being with the energy of the science of mind. Being with the teachings. You know, I want to grasp it, I want to memorize it because I think it's so great. But I need to embody it. So I read it, I embody it, I see it showing up in through and as my life, and it empowers me, right? I move from a feeling of being powerless or being a victim to this world. I'm not victim to my circumstance, And this teaching doesn't necessarily ward off a bad experience, if you will, but what it does is it changes my ability to respond, right? I may still react. So there's the 3 R's that I came up with, right? So we can respond to our circumstances. We can react to our circumstances. And those are just experiences. We don't have to judge ourselves, whatever choice we had, whatever choice we made. Did I respond or did I react? The third is the most important R. Do I reflect? Do I reflect on what happened? And am I willing to grow? Am I willing to learn? Am I willing to understand? How can I be better in this? You know? What triggered me? Am I hurt in some way? And if I am, then these are all great awarenesses, because you know what? We can't change without the awareness. The awareness comes first, and then comes the change. And then this wonderful opportunity to take responsibility for our lives and to be the first cause. And so how do we continue to grow? Our spiritual practices. Our spiritual practices, that's it. Meditation, we just had a beautiful meditation class, and there's so many ways to meditate. But ultimately, we're cultivating our awareness. Our awareness with our oneness with life, with God, with truth, with love, with beauty, with peace, with joy, whatever you want to call the experience of the nature of life itself. And in cultivating our awareness, we are hearing, we are feeling, we are sensing, we are knowing on a level that we may never have known before. You know, and we live in a multi-sensory time. Everything is outside of us, grabbing our attention. Bright lights, things to watch, things to be distracted by. But right here within, this is the senses that we get to pay attention to. We get to cultivate our intuition. We get to be present to what is coming up in, through, and as us, because that is the signpost for growth. And then the last practice, there's so many practices, but I think I'm spiritual mind treatment, prayer. Man, prayer changed my life, continues to change my life. And why is that? I mean, to me, it's affirmations on steroids. Okay? We have the affirmations. I can say, I am, you know, I am wholeness. I am health, harmony, beauty. You know, I can say those things. And yeah, those land. But with the spiritual mind treatment, it is a technology. A technology to moving through this individualizing universal power into this energy, into this field of awareness, of truth. This is what prayer offers. So we move from the recognition state to the unification state. We're recognizing God in, through, and as all life. We're unifying with this presence. I am one with it. We are one with this presence. You know, my energy is already changing. I'm not just affirming because, oh my God, I need to affirm something in my life because I'm not feeling good. Now I'm getting to my point of using this technology to feel good before I affirm a truth. Because you know why? Because then there's no wavering. And if I even believe what I'm saying, I believe it. By the time I get to the realization and I am speaking the I ams of what I know about my life or the life of this planet or any individual that's coming to me for prayer, there's no wavering in my knowingness and the activation of the law and the healing available in it. And then we give thanks. Thanks that it's already done. That we are just getting in an alignment with the truth through spiritual mind treatment. We're getting into alignment with it. And then we give thanks that we remember this truth. And then we let it go. We release it. And we trust and have faith in the knowingness that all is good, all is God, and all is well. So Ernest Holmes says, again, I'm going to repeat that statement, right? That there's a power of good in the universe. It's available to everybody. And we, or you, all of us can use it. And so I just did a little remake on that. And to me, I want to say there is a power of good in the universe. We all have access and availability to it. And we are using it. We're using it. Are you conscious of your use of this power, or are you unconscious? I implore you, I ask you to become conscious of the power, the individualized, universal power that is within you. And so begins the lesson.
You, Reverend Tina, one of the probably the most challenging thing, the most fearful thing is public speaking. And you knocked it out of the park. Your first time up here. I remember the first time that I got the opportunity and the honor to speak up here, and these bright lights, and Dr. Chris says, look at the camera right there, and I was so nervous. I was so nervous that the podium would do like this, and I go like this, and I just want to honor the work of our ministers here, that we stand up every week just praying that what we say will touch someone's heart, will make a difference. So I want to let you know, you touched my heart today. You made a difference. Thank you, Reverend Tina. So this is a time that we get to celebrate and we get to practice a law of circulation. I'm going to ask our ushers to come up with the baskets. Part of this practice that Reverend Tina was talking about and what Ernest Holmes is talking about, how to use the science of mind, one clear point that I go back to all the time is about the law of circulation. How we give is how we shall receive. So I have been, the last week, have been praying and treating for money to come into this building, because I believe in this community to sustain itself. I was on my treadmill this morning. I don't know why $10,000 came to my house, but it did. I prayed for $10,000. Now, it also says that, well, if I had prayed for $1 million, maybe $1 million will come through the door. I walked in this morning, and Maria handed me a check that was signed. It was a letter to Reverend Skip Jennings. You have received a grant for $10,000 from the G Foundation. That is the power of prayer. That is what we're talking about, how to use the science of mind. It will happen because I believed. When I got off my treadmill this morning, I was sweating, and I was saying, I believe. I walked on my treadmill and said, I believe. Instantaneous. You too can have that demonstration instantaneous in your life. It is given to you as you believe. So in the room here, we're going to pass the basket, but at home, if you're online, you can give and donate to our movement here. You can go to our website, cslftl.org, and hit the give button, or go to the app. And our app is being downloaded. We're almost at 1,000 downloads. You can, I know, right? That's pretty good. You can click on the give button there as well. And on Facebook, there's a donate button there. If you believe in what we are talking about here, and you want to see the ability of our community, we need your help. This is where we say yes to what we're doing. I want to thank our TPL members because they give on a constant basis over and over again every month. And that gives us a ground to play with to see what our finances are coming in. So if you want to be a part of the TPL family, please join. It is really worth it. So I'm going to say a little blessing for all the funds that are coming in right now. So let's go within. I'm so grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for this day. I'm grateful for CSL, our community of love. And knowing right here that there's only one power, and that is the power of God. It is abundant. It is prosperous. It is who we are. We are the science of mind itself in the living flesh. So I give thanks for all the funds that are coming through in this moment, all the donations and all the giving. All needs are met for every ministry, every team, everything that we are doing. All needs are already met already. And I give thanks. And so it is. Amen.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
This is a time that we get to cultivate what Reverend Tina was talking about, that relationship, through our spiritual practices. The one I go to on a daily basis, sometimes 3 or 4 times a day, is meditation. I'm grateful to be a part of a community, and some of you all are a part of it too, of an app called Insight Timer. And I've been with Insight Timer, working with them for, I would say, 3.5 years now. What has really blossomed my own meditation practices when some of you have said to me, I listened to your meditation yesterday, it sounded so good, thank you so much. And it has inspired me that I'm on the right track, knowing that meditation shifts lives. As we meditate today, I want us to think about the abundance that is around us. Think about the abundance of love, of joy that we can feel here. And it's just from a yes. I love what Reverend Tina said, we will receive what we will allow. And in this meditation today, I'm going to ask, how much abundance will you allow in your life? How much love will you allow? How much peace? How much prosperity? How much grace? How much will you allow? How much joy? I have a painting I've done, 2 paintings that sit behind me in my office at home. It says love and joy. Because everything we do is to receive more love and to give more love, to receive more joy and to give more joy. How much will you allow? How much healing will you allow today? How much connection? How much oneness? How much community? How much will you allow today?
Every day, every day, every day, every day. Every day, every day, every day, every day.
Go ahead and close your eyes. Go within. Let's contemplate that beautiful lyric written by Antonio. God is all around me, in and as and through me. What we are allowing is the realization that we are it. We are love. We are joy. We are abundance. We are grace. We are the divine emanation of life itself. How much will you allow today as we enter into the silence? Be still and know. Let's meditate. It's so good not having to run the show. It's so good to lean into God, lean into Spirit, and just trust. We can only cultivate this energy of trusting by going within and having these moments of stillness and quietude. This is what we're called to do. This is our sacred tryst that has been calling forth before time itself. And every time we sit down to meditate, miracles will happen. Course in Miracles said that a miracle is moving from fear to love. It's the allowing of that shift to happen. And we get to remember God is all around us. In and as through me, God is all around us.
Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. Every day, every day, every day, every day. God is all around me. And I'm thankful. And so it is. And I'm thankful. And so it is. God is all around me.
And together we'll do a collective Om. Breathe in for the Om. Om. And so it is.
Whoa, hey, hey, whoa. I've been waiting on the sunset, bills on my mindset. I can't deny they're getting high, higher than my income breadcrumbs. I've been trying to survive. Glow that the sunset fine. Whoa, you turn out fine. Fine. Whoa, you turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to remember sometime, but you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, got my hands in my pockets, kicking these rocks. It's getting kinda hard to watch life go by. I'm buying into skeptics I mess with. Confidence in my eyes, seeing all the angles, thoughts around tango. I start to compromise. Mine's just a purpose. Is it all worth it? You're gonna turn out fine. Whoa, you turn out fine. Fine. Whoa, you'll turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to remember sometimes, but you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, only rainbows after rain. The sun will always shine again, and it's a circle, circling around again. It comes around again. I said only rainbows after rain. The sun will always come again, and it's a circle, circling around again. It comes around. Said you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your hair down. Hey, I know it's hard. I know it's hard to remember sometimes, but you gotta keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Hey, keep your head up. Oh, you can let your head down. Keep your head up. You can let your head down. Keep your head up. You can let your head down. I said, oh.
Boy, we got the best music team. Reflections, y'all are, yes. Whew, so many reminders today. Keep your head up. Let your hair down. Whoa, whoa, okay. Whoa, 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 hey. You know, but I do recognize that when we get to a place like this, not everyone's willing to keep their head up yet. But you will one day. Trust. If you're going through something, it's a process. We learn these principles, and we begin to be the embodiment, and I promise you, your life will change. And where my life began to change was when I had my first practitioner session. We have practitioners here who are consultants. They've gone through the study, they've gone through the boards, they've gone through the process of being able to hold space for you when you can't hold it for yourself. And I have a practitioner I see every week. She lives in LA, and I have another one that lives in Seattle, and I have one that lives in Atlanta. I have a lot of practitioners around me that hold Rev Skip up. All the practitioners in the house, please stand up and give them some love. So we have practitioners, we have ministers, and we will be here praying for you right in the community. If you need some prayer afterwards, stay in, get your prayer on, get some life-changing knowledge from these practitioners. And if you can't, you can call our prayer line. If you're at home, you can call our prayer line. The number is 954-990-5625. Or if you have the app, you can hit that little word that says prayer there. So on July 9th, we have something here from 12 to 2 o'clock. It's called Code Ninjas for our youth department. And we do have a youth department that's thriving here as well. And they're going to come in, hopefully, and sing with us in a moment. But we're doing something very special. We are learning or teaching our kids how to write codes. Codes for video games, codes for computers, which I know nothing about, obviously. But it's never too early to learn. So we're going to be doing something here that's July 9th, 12 to 2 p.m. Also, we have something that's starting this Wednesday. It's called Flow Yoga with Rev Skip. And at 7:15, we start off with group meditation. And then we're going to do an hour of gentle flow. And gentle flow is where we get to really connect with our body. So if you're going, I'm not that flexible, then that's the right class for you. If you are feeling that you need a little bit more fitness in your life, it's the right class for you. If you want to come and get the spiritual aspect of what yoga is all about, it's the right class for you. And we're asking for a $10 donation. If you don't have it, please don't stop. I want you to be here and come and get your yoga on. Also, we're doing something very fun. It's called Spiritual Bagels with Rev Skip. It's for TPL members to say thank you. And I was asked today, is it spiritual because there's a hole in the bagel? Holy. You get it? It's holy. That was Greg's joke right there. A holy bagel. What we're going to do is we're going to sit down, we're going to hang out, and on a Saturday morning have some bagels. We're going to meditate together. We're going to do a visioning together for our community and some other things. So come and have brunch with me if you're a TPL member. If you want to be a TPL member to have brunch with me, then see me out front there. We're going to do that as well. This is a great opportunity for me to bring in some of my friends. And we're going to have Dr. Aaron Hall Haskell in the building coming on July 17th. She'll be doing our guest speaking here, and she will also have a workshop. And the workshop is going to be I'm like, I need this workshop myself. It's called Awakening Your Soul's Purpose. If you don't know who Dr. Aaron is, she has been noted as one of the, I think, top 10 female inspirational speakers for Forbes. She has been recognized by Oprah Winfrey. She's been recognized as a self-made millionaire. She's a mom, and she has the greatest podcast. It's called Dr. Divinity. Please come. That's going to be 2 weeks from today. So she'll be doing the guest speaking and doing the workshop afterwards. The workshop will be $29, and we're building revenue for our center here. Dr. Chris's banquet is coming up, everyone, and that's going to be happening on, I want to say, August 29th, right? 26th. Glasses, but I can't see that. August 26th. All the proceeds are going to the Chris Michaels Ministerial Scholarship Fund, and $150, and we're going to celebrate Dr. Chris in such a divine, beautiful way. That banquet's going to be on the Friday before he speaks his last sermon here, well, for a while. I'm going to get him back to do some guest speaking down the road. And I think that's it. Let's bring our kids in. And bring our kids up. We can start getting them in here. And thank you so much for hanging out with us today. It's been an honor. And again, Reverend Tina, thank you so much for what you brought to us today. Let's give her a little bit more love. So we have an affirmation. You're probably sitting on it, so grab it and stand up. Let's do our affirmations together. As our kids are coming through the door, hey, here we go. This is my crew, my kids right here. Hello. Good to see all y'all. So let's know this together, and let's say it together. I'm an individual expression of the universal power and divine strength. I am blessed and a blessing, and so it is. Hi, y'all. What's going on?
We're ready to sing.
Are you ready to sing? All right. So let's go within. And we remember gratitude is the highest appreciation for life itself. So I'm so grateful for my CSL family. I'm so grateful for those who are in person, those who are online, those who connect with us in such a divine, beautiful way. I'm so grateful that our kids are here today to sing these beautiful songs and to laugh and to bring joy. Knowing that the one power, the one presence is the only thing that's happening here. It's never an absence, always a presence. This divine source is our life. It's the life of each and every one of us. So today I give thanks as we get to celebrate and embody these teachings. I give thanks for Reverend Tina Miggs as her life is developing as a minister. As our community is developing, we get to grow together. Oh, what a day it is to celebrate life itself, to go out and live these core values that we talk about every week. And as we say yes, we know that the world will rise up to meet us right where we are in the high consciousness of God. So again, I give thanks, and so it is, and so we are. Amen, amen. Yes. Thank you, Facebook family and online community. We'll be back here at 10:30 next week. And please, everyone, stay right where you are and let's sing with our kids. This is my wish. Blessings.
Happy Sunday.
Thank you for taking part in today's live stream. Your participation means so much to us. Remember, there's several ways to give. Click on the donate button here on Facebook or donate at our homepage, cslftl.org. There's also a regular giving program called TPL, where you can set up a monthly contribution. You'll find details on our webpage, cslftl.org. Here's a great way to stay in touch with CSL Center for Spiritual Living. Our brand new app is available in the App Store under Center for Spiritual Living, FL, and that's Florida. Stay in touch, and thank you again for participating in our live stream. We'll see you soon.